Hey guys, we're going to finally finish up the time tutorial series. So what we're going to be doing today is taking one object, line tracing to it. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Line tracing to it. So now this object, you'll see it's slowed down. I can release. It goes back to its normal speed. Slow again. Right? Everything else in the world is moving at its normal speed. That guy, as long as I'm still holding down F, is moving very, very slow. As soon as I release it, go back to normal speed. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so just to expedite things, guys, if you need to know how to make materials, I just released a video and I'll put it somewhere up in the top right hand corner so that you guys can see how to get into that in the iCards. We'll just come through here, we'll make these master materials, and you can utilize these to make a whole bunch of different colors and whatnot. Different materials for different situations. It's great. Check that out when you get the chance. If you guys haven't already, this is the last episode of a series where we're going over how to mess with time. So if you haven't already, check out the first two videos because they do lead to this point. All right, so let's get into it. Let's make another one of these guys. I'm just going to delete this one for right now because we don't need it. And let's make a gate instead. All right. So what we're going to do in blueprints, I'm going to make new blueprint class. I'm just going to call this, or I'm going to select actor, and I'm going to call this the gate BP. Okay. Put this about where I'd want it in the world. Open it up. I'm going to add a cube static mesh. We move that 50. That should fit perfectly. Okay. Negative 50 to the right. Scale it by 3. Up to 150. 150 is, multiplied it by 3, blah, blah, blah. Math. And you know what, we're going to scale it on the X. Obviously, negative 100. There we go. Then so this will be the left door. And so I like to do it this way when I'm making these different positions. So, I'll go ahead and make both doors and then I'll explain. So I'm just going to do Control D, and we're going to call this one right door. And we will move this one to just 100. So it's an exact mirror on the other side. Then what I like to do is I like to duplicate. So I'll take the right door and I'll duplicate it. And I'm going to call this the right underscore start location. So lock for location. And we're going to leave it there. What we're going to do is we are going to clear it really so that it doesn't have a static mesh now. Then we're going to take right door again, duplicate, Control D, say right underscore end location. And I'm going to move that to about where I would want the end point. I'm thinking right out here, about 300. Okay, again, same thing, so that this doesn't block us in the world. We're going to clear it off the static mesh. Then rinse and repeat over here. So we're going to grab our left door, duplicate, start location. And since that does not need to move, clear, select left door, duplicate, left underscore end location. And then move it to where 300 on the X. And we will clear it. So now when this moves, it will move to the end location, and this one will move to its end location. You know how to do that. On begin play, first we got to make a custom event. I'm going to call this custom event move. On begin play, it's going to call that event move. And we're going to pull up that and do a flip flop. Pull off of the A and do a timeline. Call this the move timeline. We're also going to plug our B into reverse on that. Open it up by double clicking on it. Add a float track. I just like to call these alpha. Set it to 1 second. Right click in here. Key. First key, we're going to set its time to 0 and its value to 0. Second key. Set its time to 1, its value to 1. This will basically go from a 0 to 1 value within 1 second. Okay. Then we want to set location relative. Let's do, sorry, pull out the door, say set relative location. And then we're going to do the same thing. Copy paste that for our right door. Plug that in. Gonna move this up a little bit. Then we're going to get our right start location. Actually, just grab all these. So all the 4 of these, we're going to grab them, pull them all out. There we go. I'm going to delete that one now. And we are going to do a harp vector, plug in our alpha from here. Then we can get the relative location of each one of these. So go ahead and move these to where they need to go. So this will be the right start location. This will actually go on top. Copy, paste. Put this guy in there. Copy, paste. Plug in our left start into the top one. Bottom one. That pretty. So that location into the A and our end location into the B. Same idea, so copy paste. A, B. Kind of clean it up a little bit so it's not taking up room. And on both of these, we will plug them into their respective doors. Plug that in. Update. And I almost forgot this alpha also needs to go over here. Actually, what we can do is double click on there, bring this down, double click again, plug into that one. Up. Free advertising for you. Alright. And then whenever this is finished, what we want to do is I'm going to play a sound. Do at location, and I'm just going to let's grab the left door. Get world location. Plug it in there. And let's pick a sound. The one I used in the intro was, I think, the floating by close. That's not a bad sound. We'll use that. I do like to turn these down just because they kind of get annoying. I'm going to set that to 0.25. So it won't really be a big thing, but at least it'll be something, right? Alright. Side here, and then what we're going to do is a delay. I'm going to do this delay for, so basically it'll take 2 seconds for this thing to open and close, right? Then we're going to say off of this, move. And that is how to set up a basic opening and closing door over and over again. Okay, that's its own tutorial. We're going to copy paste this and save it and upload it to YouTube, and bam, No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I might. I don't know. All right, let's make sure that guy works really, really quick. In here, hit play. See, yay! It's beautiful. All right. Now let's get it so that we can slow that guy down. And if you guys remember from the other tutorial, we already set up a whole bunch of logic. Oh, that's cheating here. Whoops. Sorry, guys. So I'm gonna delete all that. That was basically the code for how to do this, but we're gonna remake it really quick. We're gonna do F keyboard. Pull off of here. And we're gonna use our function that we made last time, the setup line trace. So I'm gonna pull that out here. This in. And remember, our start object is going to be our camera. So first person camera. Plug that into the start object, and let's say about 1000 on the distance. And we're gonna do for duration. Pull off of here. Remember, we like to have a branch that does. Was it blocking hit? I think that's right. Blocking hit. That doesn't seem right for some reason. Anyways, I don't really need that branch anyway. So what we're gonna do is just pull off here, and we're gonna say does implement interface, which in our case it does not yet. I forgot about that. So let's go back to our gate really quick. Class settings, add interface. Oh, sorry. Time interface. Grab our time interface that we made before, and whenever go down to here, whenever slow time is messaged to us, well, all we want to do is pull off of here and say set custom time dilation. Plug that into the input value from message. Okay, so now if this does implement the time interface, send. And all we want to do is we gotta pull off of the actor a slow time and message for it. So now we're messaging it input and saying, hey, do whatever logic you got that's going on with this this guy. 0.1, I think. Maybe slower than that. We'll play around with it here in a second. But whenever we release, we want to set this back. So what we can do, paste. And we can, actually, sorry, we want to take this, I want to promote it to a variable and say, yeah, actor being slowed. I've already got it, so you guys go ahead and make yours. Just call it actor being slowed. I'll delete this one really quick. Pull out my old one. Same thing. We're gonna set it. Plug it in over here. Okay. So that way, whenever we release, get out to a get and say, actually, we can do what we can do is when we do a get, we can right click on it and do a validated get. Basically, if this guy is valid, and we want to slow time. Like the actor being slowed into the target, and then we want to actually set the time dilation to 1, effectively, setting it back to normal. All right. Now we're gonna hit play. Okay, it's moving nice and slow. But what we want to do is we want to press F. Now you notice it's moving really slow compared to before. If things are moving normal speed, we can walk in between it. And we let off of F, back to normal. Now let's go ahead and speed that up so that's a little bit more apparent what's going on here. Gate, and we're gonna go to the timeline, open that up, and instead of 1 second, we're gonna set it to 0.5. And then I'm going to select the other thing, and if you can't find it, just hit both these arrows. It'll be up here in the top right corner. I'll select that and switch its time to 0.5 to match. Okay. Now if we hit play, a little bit faster. Oh, you know what we also could do to help speed it up, that delay that we made. Just set that to like 0.25. That delay is there basically so that we're not generating an infinite loop. Technically, that's what we do. There we go, nice and fast now. Now, oops, I used the wrong thing. That was our time bubble from last episode. The time bubble will work on it as well. What we can do is slow it down, and now we can easily and quickly walk through it without getting smashed. Alright, and that is it, guys. You can use this also on like maybe a platform or something. You have enough time to get on it and then walk across. So lots of different ways of doing this. I think a really good example would be Jedi Fallen Order, if you guys have ever played that. Cal's slowdown speed or slowdown thingy with his time manipulation stuff. Basically same concept. And yeah, that's it. So guys, if you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.